Hello everyone, welcome back to Pawnbarian. We're going to start a new game. Last time we won with Pawnbarian. We can't do the chains yet because we have to defeat all of the different dungeons. So I think we've conquered the Goblin Caves. So let's go to the Golem Fortress. Near the entrance of this ancient stronghold deep in the Chateau range, you find the runic inscription, High Voltage, Keep Out. Golem Fortress, floor 1 of 7. So, if you missed the last episode, we are the Pawnbarian here, and we need to navigate the chessboard using our cards here, using standard chess moves with them. We get 2 actions per hand, and we always draw 3 cards unless another factor interrupts us. No damage on this square. Coil Golem. Condenses power from the air where it hurts most. Vigilant, immune while the hero is on any of the adjacent squares. Spark Surge, attacks targeted squares after a cantrip. Right, can I simply attack you with my knight and get you off the table? Immune while the hero is not in any of the adjacent squares. Right, that's important. Well, if we get to play 2 cards, then let's slide over 1 and murder with another. Then they're going to take theirs and we draw ours. This moves after a cantrip, which is this lightning bolt symbol. When we use a cantrip, we get to draw a card and gain an extra action. Immune while the hero is on any of the adjacent squares. So we cannot attack from here because they are immune. So I think the simplest thing to do is going to use the rook to move to the end of the board, at which time one of our pawns will be promoted into a queen. Now, we can't play this pawn. We could play this queen, but I don't see any reason to. We will end our turn, draw 2 cards. That queen will stay in the discard pile, and when we need a new hand, we can redraw it. Immune while the hero is on any of the cardly adjacent squares. So we can murder here, then we just want to escape this guy's area of influence, then murder them as well. We get to keep all of the gold and a heal from the top, and now we have a shop floor. Upgrade your pawn, Cardinal Splash. Attack cardinally adjacent squares after moving. Seems pretty good. We have 5 gold remaining. We could heal, but we have max HP, so we're just going to be on our way now. Floor 2 of 7. A Spark Imp. Their exact nature is unclear, but these imps always appear whenever golems can be found. After death, triggers all Spark traits. Spark Aegis grants immune until after a cantrip. Grants immune until next turn after a cantrip. Attacks targeting squares after a cantrip. Right, so really, we don't want to play a cantrip, which is tough. You are immune while the hero is not on any of the adjacent squares. So let's hop over here. Then murder this guy without using a cantrip. Everything else moves. We get a fresh hand. Immune until after a cantrip. Right, so if we don't play a cantrip, they don't get immune. That's good. We've got no great places to stand at the moment. We can come back 1, but I don't want to be stood here because they're attacking that, they're attacking that. So let's just move to here. Our pawn gets promoted. We'll end our turn. They're going to do a bunch of moving. Immune while the hero is on. So they're immune. They're not. We murder you. We murder you. We don't care about you anymore. You're immune, so We need to move away and then murder. So we can move away with a king, then murder with a queen. All sorted. Back to the shop. We have 18 gold. Cardinal Splash. Attack cardinally adjacent squares after moving with a pawn. I think that sounds good. I'm hesitant to do too much in cantrips. Let's gain some max HP and get out. Golem Fortress 3. Goblin Zapper. Immune while any other enemies are alive. Nimble, dodges the first attack each turn if able. Attacks targeting squares after a cantrip. And they attack in a great big cross, which is not fun. This one is the same without the champion trait. Vigilant, immune while the hero is not on any of the adjacent squares. And after death, triggers all spark traits. Okay, our hand sucks. So I guess we're just going to move to here. And do nothing else, which is lame. The faster we win, the more of this gold we'll collect, because this ticks down once per turn. Right, I think we can comfortably... Oh, you dodged, but then we can kill you with our king. That's fine. Queen is promoted. After death, triggers sparks. Attacks squares. Attacks targeted squares after cantrip. So we can do this. These guys attack their respective locations, but we aren't existing in either of them. Immune while the hero is not on any other squares. We can kill that guy. Then this one is immune unless we do something else. Well, we can get out of his area of influence. Then they're going to dodge once, which is going to make it very hard for us to do anything. So we'll promote to another queen. They'll move. Now they're going to dodge, and we can murder down to the shop again. Cantrip, defense. Give me more of this splash damage. Take me out. 4 of 7. What are those? Spewer Golem. Blight Wake. Moves twice when moving, leaves Blight. Spark Blight Blast. Blights all adjacent squares after a cantrip. Okay. Moves after a cantrip. After death, trigger all spark traits. This thing sucks. Right, I'm going to attack this guy. Then move on the diagonal to here, where we are safe. Everything else does its moving. Moves twice. Blights all adjacent squares after a cantrip. Moves after a cantrip. Problem I have at the moment is we only have cantrips to play for the most part. Blights all adjacent squares after a cantrip. Moves after a cantrip. Blights all adjacent squares after a cantrip. If you move, you're going to kill me. And both of my pawns are cantrips. But they're only going to make more and more blight as we go, which is a problem. We do heal for 1 per round, so we might as well get hurt once, right? But that really doesn't help me either, so just pass. Blights or squares. You're attacking these, so we can murder you. Step into safety. I don't know if I'm too danger averse in a lot of these things. That kills 2 because we move down with our cross damage. We can pop them. Victory. Good. A little more gold. Right. I want more of this cardinal direction attacking. So give me that. 14 means we can afford this and this. Then we'll be away. Floor 5 of 7. Is that Goblin Rick? Immune, nimble, spark puppeteer. Spawns a capybare golem on empty adjacent squares after a cantrip. Okay, this is not great. After death, trigger all spark traits. Right, you can just die. And you. We are going to get hit. That hurt quite a lot. Immune while the hero is on any of the cardinally adjacent squares. Well, let's murder you, then kill everything. Nearly everything. Promote something to a queen. Immune while any other enemies are alive. Oh, damn. This is a pain in the butt. Now I can't murder you. And they've got dodge. So we need to use non-cantrips to finish this guy off. I'm just going to try and navigate him towards a corner for now. There we go. A slow one, but we're alive. That's what counts. We get 1 point of healing back. Cardinal splash on the king. Let's go defense and cardinal splash on the knight. Floor 6 of 7. Immune while hero is not on any of the adjacent squares. Gains immune after a cantrip. Immune while the hero is cardinally adjacent. Right, you know what? Kill a bunch of that stuff. You can die as well. Ah, I missed that. This is fine. Immune while hero is not on any of the adjacent cells. Takes. Takes. Murders. Right, 17 gold. Splash damage for the king. Extra HP. Floor 7. Okay, Spark Imps, we know. King Golem. Immune while anything else is alive. Attacks targeted squares after a cantrip. Randomly spawns a guard golem or a knight golem on an empty adjacent square after a cantrip. That's horrible. And there's like no safe place to be right now. take that. Immune while the hero is on any of the cardinally adjacent squares. I think this. Man, this is tough. This is unpleasant. This rook is like our best thing, I think, because it's got splash damage in all directions. Immune while the hero's on any cardinal. We do this. Yeah, that's kind of what I hoped and thought would happen. But now we're not doing very much else. But if we can just keep their numbers down, that is good for us. Now, we've got nowhere to go here, do we? Just get me safe. With this knight, can we do any good cross damage? Not really. After death triggers all sparks. Attacks targeted squares after a cantrip. Attacks targeted squares after a cantrip. Yeah, this is bad. Oh man. Somewhere safe to stand. We have 1 HP left. They have 1 left. Immune while the hero is any of the cardinally adjacent squares. So they're currently immune. How do we get away? We can do... We can't attack him and land on that square, although this will give us a point of shield, so we can do this. We absorb a shield hit, then we kill you, and we escape Gauntlet Gate. I think I did that last time. I don't fancy it with 1 HP here. We make our escape. We have conquered. So we've conquered the Goblin Caves, the Golem Fortress, there's the Foul Shrine and Tutorial Island. So the Foul Shrine will be up next, and then at some point, perhaps the Knight Templar, the Shogun, the Nomad, the Crazy Zerker, or the Mystic. But for now, thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.